hilarious.
Welcome to the basement.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the basement. I'm your host, Jose, and I'm with.
Nolo, what up?
Yo, it doesn't. Is it always gonna feel this like whack in the beginning?
I don't know, nigga.
Hilarious.
Yo, so what's up, bro?
Not much, man. How was your weekend?
Weekend?
Yeah,
Oh, the weekend did pass. That's right. I don't know. Nothing happened. Nothing. Only thing that happened is I think it was Saturday. I woke up in the middle of the night. My back felt like it was wet. I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Are you getting to that age already?
No, I looked behind me. My 3-year-old had climbed into bed in the middle of the night and peed on me. I woke up my wife. I was like, "This nigga took a piss on our bed."
It makes sense. I mean, he went back to bed. He didn't want to go back to a,
I don't know what
pissed
happened,
bed.
Because sometimes in the middle of the night, he just comes into the room and gets in the middle between us and just sleeps. And I don't realize until I wake up in the morning. I'm like, "Oh, snap, he's here."
That's hilarious.
So I had to go through it in the middle of the night.
Dad life.
Yeah. That was my weekend. How was yours?
I was with my son. We pretty much just bummed it out. Yeah. And this our the thing to. I rarely get a moment to just chill. And he wanted to play Minecraft. And I could see the excitement in his face.
You know what's funny? Check this out. When I came here the other day, I saw you still playing Minecraft. And I had mentioned to Damien, "Oh, you still play Minecraft?" He's like, "Oh, no, he plays some other game, whatever, right?" Later on in the day, I saw him playing Minecraft. And I was watching him build. I was like, "I want to play too." So I got my computer and I put Minecraft on. I was playing with him.
So that's exactly what happened yesterday. I get on the tablet. I'm playing with him. He's on the... And I don't know what it is about video games right now. Like, I have a whole... You know what I brought, the money I spent. And I don't even use it. The idea of playing a video game right now with the things that are going on in my life is almost like it's a waste. But meanwhile, while I was with him, we were strategizing and, spawn points. And he was like, "Oh, we got to walk all the way over here." I was like, "But you could..." So I'm throwing out, different ideas. And he's like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And
Is it a game? Did he play like a game against other people?
no, he did like a creating mode, survivor mode, and he would switch it. But he wanted to leave it in creative mode, it's more challenging, right?
No, survival.
Survival.
Because then you have to find everything.
You have to find everything. So he's like, okay, he gave me his position. He was like, "We have to go here to find the mansion." And it was like 2,000 dots.
Yeah.
That way. I was like, "Are they actual dots, Jeremiah?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?"
You know what I saw?
No. And then afterwards, he dies. So he has to go back because the respawn didn't go through or something.
Nah, you know why? Because he has to sleep. I know
The bed. Yes, we learned this later. The bed. Oh my gosh.
You got to make a bed and sleep in it so you have a spawn point.
So he had so instead of him walking back, he did some other creative mode, I guess this is.
Oh, and he flew?
Where he's flying. I'm like, "Why did you do this in the beginning? We actually watched you walk over there." He was like, and his explanation was like, because it's, I guess, like more real.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. This is a video game. In my head, I'm like, nothing is real here. But seeing the excitement of your kid's face.
Do you play the Star Trek game? The Oculus one?
I haven't played since I can't even remember.
What are you going to do right now today?
Today, I'm
Just
gonna
play,
I'm
bro.
Gonna cook some. I don't know. For me, sitting down and playing a video game with some of the stuff I'm dealing with is just time consuming.
It's not like you're gonna do any of that stuff while you're here.
I don't know. It's crazy.
You're probably just gonna wind up watching.
Okay, I'll tell you why specifically for that game. So we're talking about Star Trek Bridge Crew. It's basically a virtual reality game. You're given. You could pick different positions to manage the ship. You get a mission.
It's like 4 spots.
It's like 4 different.
5 because the captain.
So you got the captain, you got the helm, you got tactical, and then you have engineering. So somebody's managing the power system, somebody's shooting, somebody's flying, somebody else is leading. And together you're playing with other players, live players online. Together you complete the mission.
So fun.
It is. It's hilarious. It
and
can be very annoying.
Joke around with them. Yeah, it's so fun.
It's absolutely entertaining. The problem with this game that I have is that I put on the Oculus to play because I'm a big Star Trek fan. This game is awesome. It's a game, it's whatever. I take off the goggles, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Oh my god.
I haven't cooked. I should have been in bed like 5 hours ago. I gotta wake up in an hour. Like I can't.
Do you don't play?
I gotta like put a timer on myself.
You don't play Star Trek Online either?
So I was playing that before I got the Oculus Rift, and I was getting into it, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. I love the whole concept, the idea. I mean, you're playing it now, so you could probably explain it better than I can. But when I committed to getting the Rift and playing this game, I literally played the Star Trek game maybe 4 or 5 times.
It's hard for me to play because there's freaking kids. Because the little ones are either they don't let me play. There's no way, right? Where they're climbing on top of me, they want to touch the buttons. Fine, whatever. I wait till they fall asleep. But then my older son wants to play because I play on the PlayStation. And my older son wants to play video. I'm like, whatever, go ahead. And then in the meantime, I gotta wind up cooking dinner, trying to, baths, showers, freaking diapers. It's almost impossible.
So what basically he's trying to say here, just to clarify, is that he has legitimate reasons why he can't, what some would say, waste his time playing video games, right?
Like I want to play video games. Damn kids get in the way all the time.
I don't want to. I'm not playing video games because life is just getting in my way.
And I can't play video games. Life is in my way too. Damn, man.
Yeah, but your life is closer to you. My life is just work.
Do you, just out of curiosity, the bridge crew, do you ever encounter the Borg?
No.
Oh, they haven't added that in there yet.
But again, I haven't played in months, so they could have done some crazy stuff, and I don't.
And you only playing on Federation ship?
Yeah, so you only play on the Federation ship, or you could choose like a mod that they have of the original Enterprise. And those little buttons, they all serve a purpose.
That's hilarious.
And trying to fly a ship with clicking buttons.
Do you remember? Obviously, you saw it, the Black Mirror episode when they were on the Star Trek type episode,
Yeah.
where the girl was like, "What do I press?" She's like, "Just push anything."
Yeah.
Just push anything.
So someone thought it would be funny to actually put commands behind these buttons in this game, and
That's cool though. I like retroactively.
did it. It's just wow.
That's so cool. So we were having a conversation earlier, and we decided to pause so we can talk about it here.
What was that?
Do the Borgs keep their genitalia?
First of all, for the viewers that don't watch, because first of all, the viewers who,
First of all, nobody's watching us.
number one, that's for sure. We gotta go back. No one is watching us. We have cameras. We just haven't gotten to that point yet. But those people who were listening, like, oh yeah, the basement. Oh, they're talking about Star Trek. Turn it off. That's exactly what's gonna happen right now.
Yeah, we switch topics. We're gonna switch topics like a lot.
Yeah, and when it goes into Star Trek topics,
I can get into any topic. You get me started on something, I'll think about everything about it. Like at my job, I'll talk about the most random. We talk about. I don't even like anything about trucks. We start talking about trucks. Oh, but like what are those trucks called? I forgot what they're called. Semi trucks. That you could go like the back. They have like a bed and they have like rooms and stuff. Somebody said that he did that for a job, and I was like, "Oh man, what about this? How much gas can you hold? How far can you go? You ever attach the freaking house or whatever?" Like I went off with him. We were talking for like an hour about semi trucks. I don't even know anything about them.
Yeah, so they that's how they get their bereavement and their rest sometimes.
Yeah, they have like a little. He said like a little room, and it was like,
Yeah.
and it's just a thin hallway.
So some people buy those things, and so they're owner operators, and they just get contracts with big companies,
That's dope.
and that's all they do. Go
You do that
travel
for a
from
few
one
years,
to-
just save your money because you don't have to pay rent.
No,
You just
you're-
live. You
you're
probably just keep yourself in storage.
You gotta manage your own hours. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, do the Borg keep the genitalia?
So the Borg is a Star Trek race per se. Basically, machine and man have combined.
Like cybernetic, cybernetic biology.
So cyborgs, right? That's the best way to describe
Yeah,
cyborgs.
like cyborgs.
The only difference is that they have a collective mind like a beehive.
Like the cloud. Right? They're all connected to each other like the cloud. That thing's on?
Gotta be on because if it's not on,
So they all connect to each other like the cloud. It's almost like they're in a huge chat room together. All of them.
right, but only one person controls the chat,
Yeah.
right? So your question is, do they retain their
Genitals.
genitals?
The male and female. Because think about it. The female, what she needs the womb for.
First of all, I already know the answer to this question, okay?
I know the answer too.
Why are you tapping the cup?
I know the answer too.
They hate us as it is. Why are you helping?
Oh my God, my phone's on there. I know the answer.
I already know the answer, and I could tell you, and I could actually prove it.
Okay. I know the answer. I don't like the answer. It goes against what I think should be the answer.
Stop making those noises.
So they do keep the genitalia.
Okay, here we go. Finally, you're using your brain. Because the way the conversation was going
How
in
do
the
you
car,
know they keep them?
Data has sex with the queen.
He does?
First contact.
I don't remember that.
Oh! We got a slacker, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I thought about? Locutus. When he became a human, obviously, he kept it. Right? Unless, if we pay attention, we gotta pay attention. Was he mad depressed after he became human again? Like, was he having a relationship and it never worked out?
Didn't he have... Well, that wouldn't count.
What do you mean?
That whole,
Having a kid in the freaking thing? The episode?
Yeah.
With the flute?
Yes. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that wouldn't count.
That wouldn't count. Yeah, I feel... No. Okay, so then later on, doesn't he have the relationship with that girl who plays the piano and she finds a sweet spot in the ship that has the acoustics?
Yo, I just saw...
You saw the whole thing happening?
No, wait. I saw a meme, like a video about it. Did you see it? Oh, it's so funny. I gotta text it to you. I'm not gonna tell you. It was that exact episode, too.
I probably seen a meme.
All right, so I think that they shouldn't.
So
I don't see the purpose behind it. They don't need it. If I was the Borg queen, I'd be like, yeah, just get rid of that crap. We don't need none of that.
yeah, but think about it this way, right? Their mission is to achieve.
Yeah. You forgot what you were gonna say? So listen.
So okay, so their mission is to achieve perfection, right? And think about the resources it takes for them to go to some alien planet and attempt assimilation, attempt taking that society, injecting them, making them one of your own into the network, and think about the resource it would take to get that. You have to imagine the resistance, the loss, and loss is energy regardless, and you have to come up with it.
Okay.
So wouldn't it be easier just to, yeah, we're going to assimilate, we're going to conquer, we're going to do all that fun stuff, great. But at the same time, why wouldn't we, have the sexes procreate and replicate?
But they have other ways to do it.
Of course, I'm not saying that.
So what, you're going to have two Borg heads?
I'm not saying there's like Borg
Are you saying they will
hub.
have
There's
sex?
no Borg hub here. I'm not saying it's,
Borg hub.
Borg is not.
So wait, so you would say Borgs would have sex?
No, there's no Borg hub here. There's no Borg tube.
So what would they do then?
Nothing. The nanoprobes take the sperm cells, take the ovary.
You think, hold on, you just telling me that the guy takes his fist, whatever, and injects the girl in the neck. And
No.
the nanoprobes take the sperm, they find the ovary, they...
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's as difficult. I mean, when they go into their alcove, they could easily transmit whatever they want, biologically, technologically.
But where? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
To a maturation chamber.
So why would they need that stuff? If they could just take those stuff right now, all of it, put it in some...
For the female, they can, and
The
for the
male,
male,
too.
they just continue taking it out.
The same way the
Why is the process difficult for
Wait,
you?
listen.
If you accept that they're doing it.
Because what I'm saying is the same way that like the Borg can take off whatever body part, because they can't eat food. I mean, they don't eat food. The same way they can take those pieces out and use whatever. The same way they can take the testicles off the Borg, put it on some Borg random room that they keep it alive.
Oh, it's like a ballroom?
Like a ballroom. So they keep it in the ballroom.
We're so original. It's ridiculous.
So then they just have it. They can choose, all right, we want a male to have this kind of...
I just see a whole bunch of nutsacks hanging on a wall.
So imagine Janeway, Tupac, and they go Tupac. And Tupac, they teleport to the Borg ship, and they're like, all right, we're gonna drop you into the engine room. They're like, all right, sweet. They teleport them, and they're like, wait, this is not the engine room. And they look around, it's just a wall of just balls.
We have to examine this closer, Captain.
So, yeah, that's what I imagine. The same thing with the ovaries. They would just take the part that makes eggs, the ovaries.
Well, for the fetus,
They would just stash it and keep it alive, and whenever they need it, they would just transfer it over to the maturation chamber. Because they fast forward life. I mean, like age, right?
age.
Right. They put the baby in there and they make him grow up faster, right? Did they do that with 7 and 9? No, they didn't do it with her, I think.
No, the children go for as far as we've seen, the children that were in the maturation chamber, they have to go through the process like a child of development, and slowly the technology is integrated, but it isn't so. They make it seem like it isn't so dominant in the in the development age, and we're talking about development like us, now. What is the age of fully developed brain? Is it 18?
No, it's like 21 or something like that. 21, 22, something like that.
And these people can vote?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I was saying before. Because, it's the frontal cortex. It's not fully developed. And they say that's where you make decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why they're saying...
Not only decisions, but from what I understand, and again, we are not specialists in any of this, but the frontal cortex is it's the reactive part. It's the part that it's the first thing that thoughts are being processing. So if I think there's like a saying or something like what is it? If you jump to react instead of thinking it through.
Yeah. So first of all, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Let's start with that.
I just said that.
So the frontal cortex, as far as I understand, is where they make decisions, where they think consequences through. Meaning, like, I gotta think about decisions, think about the consequences for it. If that's not developed yet, they don't, and that's why they say young people are more they'll make more rash decisions, like they'll just make more emotional decisions basically
Because it's undeveloped.
Yeah, and that's why I forgot where I read this quote when they said when you're young you're a Democrat. No, it says when you're young you're a liberal, and when you're older you become a conservative. And I think that has to do with the growing and the thinking it through.
Who said that?
I forgot where I read this at. It's like a famous quote. It says, I think it goes, if you're young, I don't know what I'm talking about here. If you're young, you don't have a heart if you're not a liberal. Something like that. I forgot where I read this at. Anyway, besides that, the point is, I feel like having genitalia would be, it'll just be another body part that they need to have. And it's almost, if they, like I said before, they would get rid of eyeballs to put something better. Why would they keep a reproduction system that they could put something else in there?
I guess my return question is why keep both eyeballs? The other eyeball.
I don't know. That's a good question. I would get rid of both of them too. Think about it. If we design the Borg, it'll be a freaking robot, practically, with the human brain, and that's about it. But I feel like, I don't know, if I had to make my own type of Borg, they'll be more human-like because they will have to make them, because the human is the most advanced. The brain is the most advanced thing in the solar system or the galaxy, whatever. So I feel like you would have to use it more instead of using a computer, because that's what it feels like the Borg are. They're just walking computers, using the human body as a battery. It feels like, because they're not really thinking for themselves. The thinking is done by the queen and her supercomputer ship that she has, or whatever.
So they're just using the biological part as heat.
Almost like a battery pack.
And transferring it into energy.
Because the humanity of them is not even existent. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's why they had the Unimatrix 00, whatever, 0. Remember that they would dream that they were alive.
I think it was 001. No?
I think 001 is where the queen's at.
Unimatrix 0, yeah. It might be. You might be right.
But remember they had like a spot where they dream at? When they went in, there was like some glitch in the Matrix or whatever. That they would maturate their actual brains would come online like a dream, and they'll be alive in there.
Yeah, the 2-part series where Seven of Nine reunited with that guy. And when they went to destroy Unimatrix Zero, they wouldn't be able to see each other again in that dream.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
And when they discovered where they actually were, he was in fluidic space and she was in the Delta Quadrant.
That sucks.
It was so sad.
So
But it kind of felt like, I'm sorry to say this, the relationship between Janeway and Seven of Nine.
uh-huh.
Like they played the motherly, but it just didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it wasn't. They tried though.
They tried.
Apparently, they really didn't like each other.
Really?
I read the bochinche.
That's because you're a bonchinche ass nigga.
Apparently, in the beginning, they really didn't like each other. But they learned how to work together. Eventually, they became good friends. It's beautiful. So, the Borg, right? What do you think? How do you think they started? So, this is deep conversation. But forget about how they actually originally started. When they actually started, what is it called? Assimilating people. Do you think, originally, the beginning, instead of them forcing themselves on people, do you think they said, hey, with the Borg, like it was like a different way? Hey, with the Borg, we're, cybernetic, biological entity, come join us, and you could reap the benefits of, and you think that's how they, almost like, let's say Apple came up with this new thing. They're like, oh, look, if you just get this implant in the side of your head, a little tiny pill, whatever, then you can, instead of looking at your phone, you can see over your eye like a HUD. The time, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Almost like that's how they started. And then little by little, technology more and more, and eventually they had to force people, because people were like, I don't want to be like that. It's so so cybernetic. I don't want to be part of that. And they were like, now we're taking over.
I mean, this thing could have played out so many different ways.
I like it better that we don't know for sure.
I think that's the whole point.
I think that's the best way.
For telling a story, I think the best way you tell a story is that it never ends in the person's mind.
Yeah. I think if they were to do an origin story of the Borg,
it would mess it up.
They would mess it up because they would kill so many people's dreams. Not only that, knowing these freaking Star Trek people, they're gonna make humans involved in it somehow, and that would drive me. That would make me crazy. It's like humans are involved with everything, really. It can't just be some far off whatever doing something.
That's why I like the philosophy of Star Trek, because essentially what it's saying is that we humans are not the only life out there. Kind of, it is.
That's what I hate about some comic books do this, and Star Trek kind of does it sometimes too. And there's this new movie that came out. Oh my god, Pacific Rim.
What is that about?
Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
It's like they have like these monsters, these giant monsters, like building-sized monsters, that somehow they come from some dimension or whatever. So the humans, what they did was they built giant robots to fight against the monsters to keep them away. But driving the monster, you can't do it by handles or buttons or whatever, because it's just too slow. So what they did was they connected it to your mind. You put on a helmet.
Oh, okay.
But the human mind is not strong enough to do it. They have to get two people to use it, but they have to be in sync. They both have to do the same moves and stuff.
Oh, so it's like a dancing
Something
movie.
like that, yeah. So
I was gonna say gay.
Did
you see it?
Did I see the movie?
No, did you see? I was about to say it.
You just said it though.
I know, but I held myself back the first time.
So in the next movie, the part 2, the main character from the first one, I guess he didn't sign the contract, like he wants to make another movie. So what they did was they hired another guy, and they told him, "You're his son." So now he's like, "Oh, my dad was the biggest hero of." Remember they did with Independence Day. You saw the second one?
No, I couldn't. I knew it was gonna be bad.
And they do that like, "Oh, my dad was the hero, and now I'm the new hero." And it's like, really, your son is gonna be the best pilot in the whole universe, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Was it actually Will Smith's son?
No, it was. I don't even know who it was. How about that?
Wow. Yeah, so I'm not seeing that movie.
Anyway, the point is that when they do things like that, where they're like, "Oh, this guy's son," or "Sulu's son is the captain of this ship," or Janeway's daughter is the
Ah.
thing. It's like, come on, man.
But it makes more sense in Janeway's case because they were lost and it could have, in theory, it could have went through generational, leadership if they procreated. Right?
If they survived.
If they survived.
If they survived out there for that long. There was an episode where they were actually was. They became a generational ship, remember?
Yeah.
B'Elanna Paris's daughter was something.
It's crazy.
At that point, you have no choice.
Yeah.
Whoever's on that ship, you have to get a job. You have to, some sort of officer of some sort. You can't just be. I want to
be a painter.
I want to be a tennis player.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You got to be an engineer.
You gotta either, or at the very least, you're gonna be cleaning.
Or a janitor.
Yeah.
They never show that guy.
That's because the computer does it.
What do you mean? How?
What?
How would you do it?
The computer cleans the computer cleans the.
You've
shit.
seen it do it.
Yeah.
What episode?
Now you're challenging me. This thing's not even charged. I can't even Google it for you.
But you did see an episode where you said the computer cleaned my room?
Yeah, and actually there was an episode of I think somebody was cleaning. It was like, why are you doing that? Did not just have the computer do it? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I could have sworn I saw something the other day.
What? I want to watch this.
Yeah, why not? What do you think a sonic shower is?
Just sound. Just waves.
Doing what?
Shaking the dirt off your skin? I don't know.
Listen to what you just said. Shaking the dirt off your skin. You know how much sound that would take?
So what does a sonic shower do then?
I have no idea.
At least I had an idea. Jesus.
True, but damn.
Just sending sound waves to vibrate you so much that the skin just falls off.
What if you have a
You don't
hangover?
feel like a massage. Just
Who
dirt.
wants to take a shower, a sonic shower, if
I
they
don't
have
know.
a
Why don't you
hangover?
ask them? I would just take a regular shower if it was up to me, like Archer does. Remember there was an episode with the something was wrong with the ship and the gravity went off and the water started floating?
Yeah, that was the Archer. But my thing is that if you're saying that the Borg, so the question was, why do they need the other eye, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is that, in essence, what you're saying, why do they need the biological period?
That's what I was saying. They would if I was to redesign the Borg,
It would just be machine.
it would just be a brain in a machine, and I would use the brain as like a CPU or something. Like it'll just be for the powerhouse thinking, because the brain is the most advanced thing.
Right, but what they're saying is that these nanoprobes are also the most advanced thing.
Yeah, but they can't think like the brain does. The nanoprobes have specific functions. The brain could do anything,
So can the nanoprobes.
but you have to be like you have to like make it for whatever you want it to be.
But it
Like
does.
right now, you can think of 20 different things. For the nanoprobe to do something, they will have to go and physically write the program or whatever to make it do it.
No, the nanoprobes are connected to the Borg Queen, right?
The nanoprobes?
Everything, the whole thing.
No, it's not.
It not only is
7 and 9's nanoprobes are connected to the Borg Queen
yes, that she could talk to her.
through the nanoprobes.
How else are they?
She
talking?
has some sort of communicator that they had to turn off. Remember, the doctor had to turn it off or something.
Because it's transmitting through.
But it wasn't the nanoprobes, whatever piece she had there.
that had. I'm pretty
Nanoprobes are running through her blood, bro.
Yeah, but together they create something else.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you say they were format.
Yeah, these nanoprobes can turn into anything as well.
But you would have to make it do it. They don't just do it by themselves.
No, the queen. There's already pre-programmed on how to do certain things.
But a brain had to do it.
Yeah,
A brain had to tell it to do something. It didn't
Maybe-
make its own decisions.
Maybe the Borg Queen can. It's all those things are all programmed. I don't think you need the brain of the person at all. They don't use the brain to make decisions. The Borg doesn't use the brain of an individual Borg to make a decision. It's doing it all.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that the brain is more powerful than the nanoprobes.
At that point,
One nanoprobe,
I'm not thinking about one. I'm thinking about billions.
even billions, I think the brain is more powerful than that. The brain is the most advanced thing in the universe, bro.
But I know, but we're talking about sci-fi, bro. Back to Star Trek. You're making this into a
So
real
saying,
thing.
You're saying, stop being real, nigga. Make believe.
We're make believe land, bro. Our audience is like, damn, bro, he's messing up the story.
You know what's interesting, too? when remember Hugh?
Yeah.
Now was it Hugh? Not Hugh. I'm sorry. Was it Hugh? No, Hugh was Generations.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Voyager?
Voyager. What was his name?
Egypt.
Wow, nigga.
No?
Echep?
Egypt, yeah.
No, not Echep, nigga. Listen, when the doctor's thing, what is that shit called?
Mobile emitter.
Mobile emitter mixed with 7 or 9's nanoprobes
Nanoprobes.
became.
Wow, that's a great part right there. Woo!
What did it become?
I have no idea.
What was his name? Anyway, the point is, he was from the future. Well, quote unquote, the future. Right? Because the mobile emitter was from the 24th century or something.
Right.
How did a Borg nanoprobe from 400 years beforehand know how to program him a certain way?
Because the nanoprobe is already pre-programmed.
With information from the future?
No, with information, with its current, it knows how to take something and break it down, whether it's a biological thing or a technological thing.
Okay.
There's certain codes, like there's a certain code for its arm to go like that and latch on to the cell. There's certain code. So what it scans, it has a scanner. It's literally like its own.
Do you have information saying that this is all you're saying now is true?
This is what I'm saying is true, bro.
Okay.
This is who's talking right
I feel like you're giving the nanoprobes way too much power. I seen videos. Well, not videos.
Here we go.
I seen the CGI of what a nanoprobe looks like.
Yeah.
On the doctor's telescope.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's just a little arm, basically. That
Yeah.
injects it.
See, that's called 2001
Probably
technology.
2000, yeah. Okay. Either way.
Graphics.
That's the nanoprobes.
Right, but that's the CGI from like 20 years ago, bro.
So wait a minute. So right now you're telling me.
Can you imagine what a nanoprobe looks like today?
Wait, listen. You're saying that you have a nanoprobe that you're coming up with right now, and you're putting it into Star Trek. You're making it up in your mind right now, and you're saying this is what Star Trek nanoprobes are.
No, this is what it has to be. But what you're seeing,
I'm telling you that I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, what you seen was a drawing made 20 years ago with CGI.
Yeah, but that's canon, bro.
Here we go. Legit. Okay.
What you're telling me is not canon. What you're telling me is what you're saying is true. I'm just telling you what I seen. I'm going off of that technology.
Right. So imagine if Discovery would if we come across nanotechnology in Discovery, Borg. What do you think it'll look like?
Like Trump. It'll look like Donald Trump.
His hair?
That's the world. That's the world I'm coming up with, baby. Nanoprobes that make you into Donald Trump, no matter who you are. It just transforms you into like.
Yeah, you're giving yourself away, bro. We're gonna have to do this thing somewhere else because we're gonna be targets.
So, I don't know. To me, they're not that smart. The Borg nanoprobes. They have a singular function. Whatever that function is.
What is it?
Just like a cell.
If it's just one function.
Whatever that nanoprobe's function is. Whatever it was programmed to do.
How does it get the freaking eyeball, and how does it get all that?
That's what I'm saying. All that stuff in the nanoprobe that's specifically made to assimilate, that one has information to assimilate a person. That's what that one does. It can make a Borg.
Oh, so it's are you saying it as a program?
That specific, yeah, that one.
That one. Just it only has one program.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all it does, yeah.
That's all you're gonna give it.
And then within that, so I guess I kind of look at it like a zip file, where they put the zip file in you. This nanoprobe, all it does is open the zip file. Then the zip file has other information, and it makes other nanoprobes with those other programs that are in there to make other things. And it's just zip files inside zip files.
I think they all have it. It would be more efficient if they all have all the codes stored into it.
It would be more efficient, but you're not the Borg Queen, are you?
Neither are you.
I'm just telling you what I've seen.
I'm just telling you what I've seen.
What are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
A nanoprobe? You're going to see what it looks like, bro. Little arms and a little needle that makes the cell green. For some reason, Borg's like green. I don't know.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's hideous.
Yeah, let me see it.
It is so bad.
Let me see, bro. Turn that thing around.
I think we already have nanoprobes that look way better than this. I can't turn this around, bro.
Why not? Just do what I just did. Look.
what you're doing is taking it off.
Oh,
the table.
snap. Yeah, I did.
That's exactly what you just did.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
That is just so hard to.
That's what the Borg have right now, bro. You think if the Borg from back then came to Earth today, we would destroy them?
If the Borg from back then.
The Borg from Voyager, let's say we put like an army of them, and they landed in America. Let's say 100 of them, just 100, and they landed in America, and we put them against 100 army members, whatever.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
We're done.
You think so? Can they block regular bullets? As far as I see, they only block energy-based weapons. Because remember when Picard
in the hologram room.
In the hologram room.
You know what movie that was?
First Contact.
Wow, you couldn't remember the other thing about it? Wow. The scene with Data.
No, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember that. I gotta watch it again. It's been a long time.
All right, go ahead. She offered him, skin.
All I remember is that he had goosebumps.
Yeah, they got it on, bro. This guy.
All right, whatever.
This is exactly what it's gonna be like at the basement, bro.
That's it. This is what the basement's about, right? We're gonna argue about everything.
We're bummed out by the situation. You're gonna come back and call me on some, or text me. I know you.
Yeah, peace.
Later.